So here's how Outdoor Voices raised $70 million and effectively imploded, and why raising VC is kind of at odds with building an apparel brand, and generally speaking, some of the challenges building apparel brands. Outdoor Voices launched in 2015, kind of on the rise of the athleisure craze, and investors funded it to the tune of about $40 million. From an investment standpoint, you could kind of see the appeal. Lululemon was a massive business, high-end athletic gear was in demand, customer acquisition costs on Facebook and Instagram were relatively cheap, and so it seemed the perfect kind of business you pump money into and scale. Not to mention they had well-designed clothing, and were starting to build a pretty strong brand. One of the challenges with VC-funded business is its growth at all costs. So month-over-month top-line revenue growth is the kind of KPI that investors want to see. Now for software businesses, this is generally okay, but for apparel brands, this is not really something you want to optimize for. Because when you focus on that, you stop doing things around building the actual brand, or thinking about unit economics and being profitable. And instead, you do things like open up a bunch of stores and stock it with $20,000 worth of candles or $40,000 worth of bottled water. Now, creating a great retail experience is important, but for such a small and new and unprofitable brand, this is indicative of haphazard spending. In 2018, they did about $38 million in sales, but lost $19 million. The other challenge with apparel brands is that there's no real moat outside of brand. Maybe your new yoga pants can compete on technical features for a few months, but it's only going to be so long before another competitor copies your exact product. So what you really have to invest in is building brand equity and a loyal following. A company like Nike has been doing that over the past 60 years. Lululemon never raised a dollar before they went public. It spent about 25 years building that brand. So if you're a new apparel brand, you can't just take a bunch of money and pay to build brand equity on a vastly accelerated timeline. Not to mention online-first apparel businesses are especially tough due to issues around fit and sizing, a high refund rate, inability to resell used merch, and the constant need for new styles based on seasons. So if it were up to me, not only would I never start an apparel brand, I most certainly would never raise money for it.